Welcome friends. Today basically we have a very well-known filmmaker Paula, who has made more than 20 films, and her films being also screened at the ECU Film Festival France in Paris 2017. So we're going to interview her today. Paula, welcome to the Journalism News Network. Tell us basically how did you decide or when did you decide to come to filmmaking as your career?
I wanted to be an actress, and then I spent a few years studying to be an actress, and I saw that I had a lot to express myself and didn't really want to continue expressing what the script somebody else had written. That brought me to do documentary films. 10 years ago I started. Yeah.
And what were the biggest challenges you faced as a woman filmmaker in this industry?
I guess to be taken serious at first, because I was not only a woman, but I was very young.
Tell us about this latest film, Promises Halimo Can't Keep.
It's a short documentary about a refugee mother from Somalia who leaves her country in conflict and arrives in Vienna, Austria, but she has left 2 daughters back home.
Short films don't make any money, isn't it? Is that correct?
It's correct. This is my first short movie.
Oh, okay.
I've made more than 20 documentary films, always 52 and 1 hour 30 minutes films, and I wanted to experience how it was to make a short, so I did it the other way around. Okay. So it's true. I don't make a living from shorts, I make a living from long documentaries.
Generally because short films don't make money, and normally filmmakers start with the short films and then they go for it. How does this filmmaking career has changed you as a person?
The people I make films with, because they're documentaries, so they're real people, become my friends, my brothers, my sons sometimes. I have a Somali boy I've been following for the past 5 years, Ali.
Tell us, in this illustrious career of filmmaking over the last decade, biggest problems you face while filming?
Well, there's always challenges, because the thing is that people think that because you've been making films for 10 years and you've made a lot, then you kind of have a process. And yes, you learned a lot, you have a process, but the thing is that I always make films in different countries. So you face different problems from each country where you go. And every country is different, the film permit is different, the people, the language. So I guess always the language is the most complicated.
How much time basically took you in pre-production? And then during the filming and the post-production?
Which took longest was to find the refugee woman, because I think we spent 2 months looking for her. I went back, and I think it took us like 2 months to prepare, and then we went filming. So 4 months all along. Yeah. Yeah.
And how long it took you for filming this film?
But the actual video, it took us like 1 week in Vienna. But the photography, it's original. Sometimes people think it's archive photography, and it's not. We took it. And it's been taken from Greece, from Hungary, from Serbia, all the way that the Somali refugee did. So I cannot count, because it was different trips, different 6 months.
Okay. During filming?
Yeah.
And how long it took you post-production?
Post-production was also a bit long, 2 months for a short, yeah.
And what was your inspiration for making this film on refugees?
This has been my topic, women and refugees.
If the opportunity arises now, would you still like to act as an actress, or you will still prefer as a director?
No, I would definitely stay as a director. I want to go further in my career, but I wouldn't say no if there was some exciting role.
What are the challenges you face in promoting your film?
Well, basically the budget. I guess for promoting a film, you need a budget, you need posters, you need cards. So I probably spent, I don't know what to say, maybe €4,000.
On advertising?
On printing, posters, things like that.
And generally, do you think that it is easy for the documentary films to get funded?
Don't think it's easy, but there are many places to apply, many institutions. So there is money, there is ways to finance, and it is a lot of work. So it's not easy, but there are ways. Yeah.
Can you tell us to our viewers, like which places, if they are filmmakers, new filmmakers, they can apply for getting funding for documentary films?
Well, it depends where they live, because in every country, I believe, or at least in France.
Let's say they live in Europe and France.
Yeah, well, there is the Ministry of Culture, then there is the CNC, the Centre National de la Cinématographie, so they can apply to, there is the development fund to develop your project, if it's more developed than for the shooting, so this kind of, and then they can go to TV stations and propose their films.
I think you also made many films in Africa as well, right? Mm-hmm. So did you get basically funding for making films in Africa as well?
Yeah. The first ones I made, it was a trilogy about the last hunter tribe in Tanzania. This one I went on my own, I shot, and then once I had all the footage, I proposed it to some TV channels, and actually one bought it, Al Jazeera bought it for the Arab world, and in London also, in England, they bought it, but it was afterwards.
Did you face any problem while filming in Africa?
Many problems.
Can you list any 3 main problems which you face in Africa?
Well, in this trilogy, I was shooting with a tribe which is in danger. They're disappearing, and we, for the third film, I took the leader of the tribe and the best hunter, and we were doing a car trip, a road trip around Tanzania, and we had a huge car accident. Yeah, and then the police came, and the car was destroyed. We were in the middle of nowhere, and they found we had the cameras, and that would have not been a problem, but because there had been an accident, then, yeah, it became a problem. Also in Ethiopia, in the border with Somalia, we were making a documentary, and the last day we were in the wrong place. We knew we shouldn't be there, but we were filming there, and so the police came. And we had to be in detention for 5 hours, and they wanted to erase all the footage because it was really the last day, and that was really scary because it would have been a catastrophe. But I managed to convince them that there was nothing wrong, but it took 5 hours.
If you want to give one message, the most important message to the young filmmakers, what it will be?
But to believe in themselves, but also to be realistic and to study things, like not to apply for funds without reading all the conditions, because there is plenty of funds, but there is plenty of conditions also in every fund. Not to spread all the energy around, like to be focused.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And I hope you would have enjoyed the interview and would have gained something out of it. You are welcome to send a question to us. Promises Halimo can't keep. Is this the trailer is available on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah. So you can always basically see it, and it will be available on for seeing the whole film on the YouTube.
No,
or not?
because it's going to be screened on Al Jazeera in November.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you have to wait basically till November for the whole film. But yes, you can watch the trailer on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching it.